Lil Blood TV, back with another Lil Blood TV exclusive, powered by Thakur Media. Uh, I jumped on that 5 South, you know what I mean? Pulled up on my boy. A lot of y'all might know him from the car shit. If you're in my genre, that's the Juice Man. But I ain't gonna do too much more talking. Snoopy, what's happening?
What's happening, man?
How you
Good
doing,
to
King?
see my nigga,
Good
man.
to see you
I
too,
miss
King.
you, man.
So, Snoop, you from LA, right?
Hell yeah.
Give me a little background on yourself.
Man, grew up in South Central. Uh, been a fan of fucking cars, man. We was playing contact on the bus or whatever. You call out your fucking car and shit and just grew up and actually started really fucking with it for real. My dad used to own a hair salon on Crenshaw. If you know anything about LA, that's the street that niggas just cruise back and forth up every 10 minutes. They go down to the one end, put on their favorite song, come right back down. I used to sweep in front of that motherfucker from like 13 to 17. So I knew the minute I had enough money to get a car, nigga, I was gonna be up and down the goddamn street too.
Definitely,
Or whatever.
definitely. So you do a lot of Sunday Fun Day shit, right? Takeover,
Yeah,
right? What's the
yeah.
takeover? I'm from the Bay, so we
Okay.
call them Sideshows.
Okay. Nigga, our shit was just called Going On Crenshaw. But once you merged around 2013, we merged the Bay and LA together, and the title was called a Crenshaw Takeover because that's what we was taking over Crenshaw, and then it kind of Crenshaw just how niggas are. You cut the names out, and then it just turned into a takeover, which is basically just about in our day, it'd probably be what we thought was lit was probably like 75 motherfuckers in the middle of the streets breaking the law, and we was going crazy. You look at that shit, fast forward 10, 15 years, now they got about 3,000 cocksuckers out there with cameras. It's a whole fucking circus now. It's evolved a lot from
You still
when
fuck
I
with
was
it?
in. I fuck with it a little bit, not as much, man. I done been to jail over this shit and
Right,
had
right.
cars impounded. Ain't had a license for about 8 or 9 years, man. I was able to take a step away, get me a few nice cars, a business in my name. So I do it occasionally. Not like I used
Because
to
I
live for
remember
the shit.
when I first started coming down here, like Snoopy, 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 like you was lit with the Fast Life, I believe.
Yeah, Fast Life. Exactly. That's the name of the actual car club.
Tell me about the Fast Life. What was that? How did
Man,
that come about?
it was a car club. Me and a few of my homies. You guys know anything about LA, man? Crips and Bloods run LA, and through the car club, we was able to get peace, man. My car club was full of Crips and Bloods. We all
Righteous.
managed to put the cars first and the money first. And, it went from there to a movement of me selling merchandise. Start making T-shirts and hats just for a few of my homies, and the shit got way bigger than what I could have ever anticipated. And a lot of that came from the Bay. Out here in LA, it's hella competitive, so niggas don't really fuck with you till your movement is moving in a place like this, and you go to a place like the Bay, you got a good rhythm. Niggas is fucking with you or whatever because they don't want to be the last niggas to say they up on you. So
Right.
me going to the Bay back and forth, man, it just branched me out to where I got to get out the trunk too, like some of the artists from that way. I wasn't on that shit down here.
You always paying homage to the Bay, and I salute you for that because for some reason it's like a damn near not a rivalry, but it's always
A
something between
competition.
L.A. and the Bay.
It's a
Yeah,
gay ass competition. Well, look, it's only gay for those that are on the outside of your internet spectators. I look at us like brothers. I look at us and the Mexicans like brothers. But like, sadly enough, just like with the Bay to LA, you got the ones that don't look at like, and blacks and Mexicans that don't look at it like brothers or whatever. But I know exactly what you're talking about. People are defensive. Whatever. If I was to go and talk about gang banging in another state, make people get defensive, like, oh, this is the home of that. So a lot of people in the Bay Area feel like the car club culture. It is. That's the home of it. I'm just a nigga that's gonna give the props and say that's really the home of that shit. But once we got our own identity at it, niggas don't. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to give the credit to where they got it started. If your homeboy got you into diamond watches and all of a sudden you got way more diamond watches, it's only gonna be a real nigga that's gonna be like, oh man, bro gave me the start. Other motherfucker gonna keep that a secret and just want to take all the praise for himself. So I understand that shit started in the Bay Area,
right,
and we
right,
just
right,
doing it here in LA now.
right. And another thing I salute you on, you actually move around.
Mm.
Like you don't just stick in LA. You actually move around. Like I didn't ran into you in the Bay or this, that, and the other, just moving. You didn't pull up on me in the weirdest places at late night in Northern
Yeah.
California to sell me merch and shit.
And you pulled up on me in some of the weirdest places in LA, and like no capping on my dead mom. I don't even know if y'all can use this for the interview, but you make raw ass music that reflects your real lifestyle. And I'm talking about niggas that I knew before I knew you personally. Seeing you pull up on me in late night places warned me about being alone with you, nigga.
Right.
I swear to God, I can't make this up. Niggas was scared for my safety, me dealing with this nigga at 2, 3 in the morning
But
or
what
whatever.
was it? It was all pure vibes, right?
Yeah. It was just people hear some of these words in these songs, man, and they get scared for real or whatever. And you got motherfuckers that listen to you and love you, but man, they were like low key scared. I've had several motherfuckers when I first started dealing with you personally, like, hey man, meet that nigga in the public place. Don't have too much bread on you. And I just laugh, like, are you serious? Like
Right.
you don't know this nigga like I
Definitely.
know him, man.
And I salute. You know, we no matter what we do, we gonna have haters. They killed Jesus. You know.
Exactly. And
So
that's another reason you said I travel. Man, Jesus performed miracles for these niggas. And in Jerusalem, he was nothing but a carpenter. But when he went to other places to perform these miracles and they gave him his just due or whatever, that's when the people around him was able. So as far as me being a person selling shit and merchandising, it was kind of hard to get these niggas on board. But the minute I go around some niggas they respect and they're on board, now these niggas on board. So I'm always
monkey see, monkey do ass.
exactly. So I'm always gonna be out on the road.
So with that merchandise, you know, I sell merchandise too, and sometimes you can overpress shit, and sometimes you can underpress shit. Has it ever been the time where you felt like saying just fuck this shit?
Few times, man. A few times, man. I made a website, man. The way that some people are different. I'm a street nigga, so I would feel like, man, if I ordered your shirt, man, that motherfucker took a buff to get there. I'm not even looking at the calendar. Whenever it get there, I'm gonna put it on and wear it with pride. And you got some motherfuckers that's gonna order it. They want the motherfucker at their house in 10 minutes. So from the hassling of the online stuff, I kind of taken it back to that. I'm more out the trunk in the person. Right. Wow, what size you 2X? Boom, or whatever. But it's been a few times that through just dealing, man, being a black entrepreneur and dealing with mainly black clientele, man, it can be stressful.
It can be stressful. Man, that's crazy. Other races love to do business with you.
Oh my God, man.
To me, what I figure out, black people always want the hookup from their own people. But when you go buy them $1,000 Balenciagas, you're not asking them for the hookup. You're paying for it with pride, and then you're posting it
with pride.
You're bragging about it
with pride.
You feel me?
I just gave Balenciaga $1,000 for the shoes. Look at these, and they give these niggas free advertisement. Whereas I've met some rappers and been like, gave them something that really meant something to me. Not on no fucking tag me in it. Just here, if you fuck with it, man. And it don't be that same love for stuff that's handed to them with blood, sweat, and tears, and they'll go to the white man and buy a polo shirt and just be like, bow. No discount, no nothing, and take a free ad.
Terrible. Promote the shit.
Yeah, all the way. Terrible. That's what helps keep us in this trick bag, man. These designers have found out if you find a nigga, and this is no knock to Lil Baby or The Baby. I'm just using rappers at this scale, man. Gucci puts out this sweater. Everybody gets mad at it. And the same people that own Gucci, that own Louis, that own Dior, they get a bright idea to go and give The Baby and Lil Baby a Dior jacket. And after about 2 videos, every broke nigga in California wants to wear a Dior bag. So these white designers understand that all they have to do is market a certain type of nigga, some free shit, and we're all going to go broke trying to say that we are dressed like Lil Baby.
What's Snoopy dream car?
My dream car? Man, it used to be Amber Rose's pussy. That used to be my dream car, but I didn't probably switch dreams so many times. I don't even know which one of these bitches I want to ride in. Fuck it, we're gonna go with it. I like the GT 63. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the GT 63. If it's not Amber Rose's pussy, she got hair on that thing, man. I'm old school, man. I like a little bit of. Just a little bit, man. Some of these pussies look a little bit too young, man.
Right.
But if you got nappy hair, bitch, trim it down. Trim it down.
This nigga is sick out of his mind.
My bad. We talk about
So
cars.
American Muscle or German engineering?
American Muscle. I'm driving a 2018 Z01 right now, supercharged, 650
And you don't know.
horses.
We don't even know what you're doing. I done seen you go to a few tracks and couldn't swing that bitch right. And you Snoopy? What's
man,
going on?
Hey, I come from a generation where we our whole thing was just getting in traffic with a nice car, hitting you 2 or 3 and getting on. And now what it's evolved to is full on drifting or whatever. So I will say that of today, these dudes are better drivers. We just drove better cars. Because right now they're playing bumper cars. It's a demolition derby out there. The vehicles that I own are too nice for any of that kind of behavior, any goddamn way. Right. So you're only going to see this shit at the track.
So what's the difference between drifting and just doing donuts?
Doing donuts, that's going to be your tight circle in traffic. You need a painted car, some nice wheels to really give it that effect. But right now, with these dudes are driving these bucket ass Infinities and these little G35s, they don't wow you. So you're going to have to damn near hit 75 motherfuckers in the corner and tease with the pole to get a wow factor. The cars that we drove in our generation, my car is going to wow you parked.
Right.
I don't even have to be in the motherfucker. I come out to the mall, it's motherfuckers around taking pictures. These cars are not going to wow you until you damn near bumping into another one and another one. Or it's just a different thing. But salute to the young niggas. I never wanted to be one of them OGs. I was like, whenever people fall off out they scene, they fucking dog the youth because they kind of salty that they not doing the shit no more. I'm not doing it no more, but I love what y'all little niggas is doing, man. Shout out to y'all.
But you still ain't explained to me why you scared of that Z.
It's not that I'm scared of it, man. That motherfucker is a $70,000 car, blood. Gas.
But you on the track.
Gas is about $7 a gallon, man. I'm gonna keep that 70,000 towards away from that wall.
Then why take it to the track then, Snoop?
Man, me just being nice to motherfuckers, man. I be helping niggas promote these events, man. So if I'm I lend my celebrity or whatever to these events to help sell a few tickets, man. Throw my face on the flyer, niggas know what's going on.
I be seeing when you be on the freeway, I follow you, I fuck with you, and a car get on the side and you just be talking. Like, nah, man, don't try it. I'm going to do it to you.
Oh, yeah.
And they try it anyway. Do that happen often?
It used to, because a lot of people don't know, like, that Z01 that I own is like the fucking Rolls Royce of Camaros, but unfortunately, they all look the same. So some people that don't know no better, they think that's that regular 300 horsepower Camaro. So every now and then, I got to remind these cocksuckers, my Camaro comes from the showroom floor. It's not out. I don't care whatever Chevy dealership you go to. My car is not going to be outside with the rest of them. It's the one from inside with the glass and the respect on it. So,
how many cars you tow up?
Man, this one that's on this table, man. I'm towing up a few. Yeah, rest in peace to a few of my cars. But that's how you learn. That's how you learn. You got to own it, man. If you tear your shit up, don't ever run away with your tail tucked in shame. Jump right on top of the hood, man. Take a picture on that motherfucker and let your haters know they got nothing on you, man. Because when you show that shame, they jump on you. I done seen jokers tear up a new Hellcat and all these bums that can't even afford a new bus ride will be making fun of them. So, man, you got to embrace it, man.
Is Snoopy a high-speed specialist?
Man, yeah, at this point, because I'm not a donut specialist.
Right.
So that's where I get to flex my skill at on the freeways and shit. That's where I get to.
I think it was the fuck Donald Trump video, if I'm not mistaken, with
Me and YG. Me and YG.
How did you put that together?
Man, I've been knowing, being from LA, man, we've been doing this car shit for so long, man. I was doing that when YG wasn't YG. When Nipsey was just getting out on Crenshaw. So when these dudes got money and clout and they had, a step above, they came and lended a hand back. YG been looking at us forever doing this show on the streets before he was YG or whatever. So he had some people reach out to me and they knew what I stood on my relations with the blacks and Mexicans. So it was a good car thing. It was a good personality thing or whatever. I got to throw the nigga in the car, scare the shit out of him one time or whatever. Right. Yeah, that's my boy though.
Did you have a personal relationship with Nip?
No, you got I've met Nip and dealt with him a few times personally, but he's a Crip. So in LA, even though we might be a fan of your music, if it's a difference between Crips and Bloods, man, we just ain't gonna get that close. Okay. We just ain't.
So what part of LA you from? Well,
The east
what set?
side.
East side.
The east side.
So
Yep.
you
I
grew
grew.
up in South Central,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and then you migrated to the east side, or how did that happen?
No, that's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I migrated to Inglewood for a few years, and that's where I did school at in Inglewood or whatever. But I'm an east side nigga. But yep, spent some years in Inglewood, and then all of that is the same. Whether you talking about the east side of LA or even Inglewood, all of that is separate from what Nip and all of them got going on.
Okay.
But I've met bro a few times, and man, he was a great person. He was a great person.
How was that shock value? How did that affect the city when Nip died?
Man, it was a fucking big ass loss. I really thought a lot of us in the inner city, when we first heard that Nip was had been shot, it was like, okay, we're gonna be on alert now, because you're thinking it's gonna be retaliation all over the city when a nigga like that dies. But the minute that everybody in Los Angeles found out that that was in their own backyard, it was pretty much none of our business, and everybody went back to regular scheduled programming. But I'm talking about different Crip gangs, different blood sets. Everybody, when the word first got around, thought like, hey, if you're feuding with these niggas, it's just went to another level now. Their king is gone. But once it got around that was in-house, that has nothing to do with no one else. That's their business.
I actually ran into you at the repass.
Yeah, man, you a wild boy. I seen my boy at the fucking, I'm talking about in a nation of Crips. His name is Lil Blood. We all know who he is and what he represents. But man, this motherfucker looked like a flashlight. And I just was surprised to look over there and all the sea of Crips. I seen all the red. I was like, man, who the fuck is that? And I looked and like, oh my God, that's my nigga. You were in the heart of all of that shit, man. I'm from Los Angeles. So that day when I knew that I was going to go pay my respects, I made sure that I wore something color just to blend in.
Neutral.
Yeah, all black, just to be safe or whatever. Not that I represent any gangs or anything like that, but that's just a principle. You grow up in California, that's a principle that you got to know about. You don't want to just go to somebody's store. You don't want to just go to somebody's gas station. Right. It might be the last gas station your ass stop at.
Definitely.
With the wrong sports team hat on.
Definitely. And I've definitely experienced that because I didn't spend a lot of time in LA. So I definitely experienced the getting pressed, the getting banged on a lot. But being that I've been incarcerated and I kind of know y'all culture, so it's kind of easier for me to navigate around certain situations than it might be,
for a nigga that's here. Because that was the only resolve I put in my mind when I seen all that red and that sea like that. Not only do they know you, but rappers like you, Mozzie, other rappers that come from your section, you guys can come to LA and kind of you don't have to play the politics game, even though it's still,
we respect them.
You
gotta respect them.
You respect it, but you don't fall by the same guidelines that we all fall under or whatever. Even in you guys' basic conversation, man, I talk to a Bay nigga, he'll say cuz and blood in the same sentence. I was talking to this nigga cuz and then blood, and only motherfuckers from LA will be like, what the fuck this nigga just say? But
right.
So you would not be held by the same standard as Nip or whatever. And Nip and YG were like this, but there's politics where, even though Nip might want to pull up in Compton and film a video with YG or same thing, it's politics that keep us from doing that when you guys can come here and you could do that and it won't be a gang of motherfuckers like, nigga, what the fuck you doing over here with them niggas? Even though we still understand it's business.
What's your relationship with the Blue Bloods clan? I see you be fucking with them a lot.
Those my boys. Those my boys. A partner of mine coached them. Though, if you hear in their lyrics, they have a lot of sports analogies, man. One of these little niggas is a football nigga. Other one is a basketball nigga. So I liked them as little niggas before. And then they started doing music, and the music was actually good. I know a lot of motherfuckers that do music, and the music ain't actually good. Right. These little niggas barely knew anything about anything, and they're actually good at the shit.
Right. Who is some of the people you have pull up and fuck with you?
Man, lately it's been a lot of. I've been back and forth to Detroit a lot. So we got KSCO the Wall says Cali to Detroit. It's been a lot of local Detroit artists. That's where I've really been tapped in with. Man, this juice brings together a crazy circumstance of people,
Yes,
man.
and it's also the devil because it's crazy because a lot of fake friendships start over that.
Definitely, definitely, man. It's been times where I've decided to stop smoking weed, and in those times where I stopped smoking weed, man, a lot of fake ass people got out of my life,
Right,
and I
right,
kind of didn't notice it, that it was based around. That was the one thing we had in common. It was weed or juice. If it wasn't that, man, a lot of my friends that have been killed, man, it's been going to pick up this shit.
right,
If it wasn't doing shit like this and out of towns, they still be here.
right, right, right,
I've
right,
done it too though, so I can't talk shit. I've been in Dallas on some fiend shit. I've been
right.
in New Orleans on some fiend shit. Been in Detroit pulling up on some niggas that I probably should have never pulled up on in my life, but because they had this, it felt like, oh,
That
they
you was
cool.
putting up, yeah,
You pull
definitely.
up on these niggas and they don't all be cool.
If you can go back in time right now and tell the 18-year-old Snoopy something, what would it be?
On my dead mama, uh, it would be to save all of the activists that I came across. Oh my, if I swear to fucking God, nigga, if I could go back, all of that, man, we was getting act 2 for 15, nigga, $20 line, $25 a line. Man, the last time I had act, that shit was going to 1,500 a line. So just for me, man, I would have saved all those pints to this day and age. I would have saved it for EDD, and I would have busted out all that act, and I would have probably been up $3 million in 6 months.
How was the EDD era for you?
It was a good run. It was a good run. Look, a lot of people put shame on that free money. The only shame to me is what you done with it. If you got, I don't have any, if you had 10 cards, nigga, cheers to you. If when they turn the lights out, you don't have anything to show for it, those are the people that should be ashamed about it. But I never been on that hashtag and no EDD or no none of this. Ain't nothing, nigga. It was free fucking money. You was supposed to get some. I looked at that shit like reparations. These
Right.
motherfuckers owe us, and they wasn't never gonna pay us, so we took the 40 acres and a mule back.
Right, definitely, definitely.
You were supposed to just put yourself in a position to where you don't need that shit no more. So for all of the niggas that did some, and even for the people that didn't do nothing with it, shout out to them too, man. I got some little homies that probably would have never in their fucking life been able to put together $7,000, nigga. Never in their life. And those same niggas during that time had $80,000, $100,000. 220 had, so they got to taste champagne and eat at restaurants that they never even knew existed. Got to hang out in areas and drove cars that they probably will never see again. So that to me was like a big aspirin for the neighborhood. That was like God blessed. A lot of motherfuckers got to see what success felt like. It was only for a few months, but fuck it, they got it. They might not never get that feeling again. But at least when they die, they'll know, like, man, they got to felt like it.
What's Snoopy? What we got? What's in the near future? What you working on?
Man, I'm trying to follow in your footsteps, man. I set this whole place up to do this kind of stuff, but just didn't know the ins and outs of it. And I've been watching your shit grow, and I'm like, damn, I need to ask that nigga for some advice or pull up and figure out how I can finally get this done. And nigga, out of nowhere, wow, you're here in my city, showing me. But that is it.
And I want to bring this up. You said, man, this is my first one ever, and I said because you got a lot of fake ass friends. And the reason why I said that is because Snoopy, I see you fuck with a lot of people, and a lot of people tap in with you, whether it's to use cars or to do other businesses. But a lot of people tap in, and these same people, they have podcasts, they have, they have shit that can help you. And here it is, me all coming all the way from the Bay just to pull up on my nigga. Like, what's up, nigga? Let's do it right now.
Man, it's exactly the principle that I say in life. So look, some of the people that I deal with like that in the entertainment thing, I got a personality too. So they might not want that light to shine too hard, and then I fuck around and be doing the same thing.
But I figure if I help you and say your podcast take off, I'm forever gonna have some type of light because the light I shed it on Snoopy grew. And of course, Snoopy's gonna return the favor.
Yeah, you see the world with your third eye. That's why it's fucking ironic that your name just happen to be Third World, but you see the world with your third eye. Everybody doesn't see like that. Right. And then even when I said people would warn me from dealing with you, it's the same thing. we're far enough away from each other where all I could look at from you, I don't know anything about what these people said about your past, who's been robbed, what you've been incarcerated for. I just know what I see in front of me. It's a light. That light, you're 6 hours away. If you put a light right close to people, people's most jealous people are their close friends because they're too close to the fucking light. And the minute you take the light away, you can appreciate it in the greatness. So me being all the way here in LA, I just look at you. I like your music. I like your get down. I can appreciate you for who you are. But if you was right here next to me for 15 years, nigga, you putting on that chain around your neck and going to another level is intimidating. It's threatening. And it makes me feel like, what did I do wrong to watch you? So it's scary. So I think with people being further away, that's how this internet works. People are able to appreciate a light that shines because they're further away from it.
Say that. Where can we see Snoopy in the next 10 years?
Man, hopefully on the internet doing this fucking goofy motivational post that Rick Ross does, man. Walking around some mansion in some goofy ass slippers, shitting on people but calling it motivation.
Right. So in 10 years, so in 10 years, you want to be in that big house. You want to,
hell yeah,
have that dream car. What is it, the 63?
Yeah, I probably want to be I'm not ready to leave California, but I feel like true peace is out of California or whatever. So it has to. I have a place in Dallas right now, and I like getting away to visit there, but my soul is just still here at this fast pace.
You know what? Sometimes you got to take that leap of faith. Just do it.
Every time I'm there, I say that, and then I run out of LA weed, and I'm like, man, gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Ain't nothing like California.
Keep it real with you. Weed. Who got the best weed, LA or the Bay?
Look,
come on, talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It took me so long to answer. Okay. You already know that I'm gonna have to say the Bay. I'm gonna have to say that. But look, before everybody in LA gets upset with me personally, I've been smoking OG damn near my whole fucking life, and that's all you can get out here in LA. So the first time that I get down to the Bay, and you guys got I'm talking about 2011, 2012. You got all these pretty packages and all this, just like adult toys, all these flavors and tastes. I got sprung by you guys years ago, and I started smoking backwoods because of my friends from the Bay Area, because I was a swisher smoking ass nigga or whatever. But after hanging out with so many niggas from the Bay and these fat ass backwoods,
because you know the Bay nigga look down on you smoking the swisher.
You niggas buy, sell, and trade weed, no matter, even the niggas that ain't really playing with paper, still rolling up out of a turkey bag, where your average LA niggas, before we was this like all into backwoods, we're rolling up out of an eighth, maybe a quarter at most. And then the average niggas I kick with in the Bay all got a fucking whole turkey bag. You didn't have to be full with a pound, but you just gonna roll fatter weed if you're rolling around casually with a pound in your personal possession. And through hanging out with so many of y'all, should I start doing it? Right. I didn't like my homeboys going into their fucking.
What was your relationship with Russ? I heard through the grapevine, you hooked GT and LB up, or you introduced them?
Fucking GT had popped in. Like I said, I fuck with a lot of Detroit niggas. So somebody gave GT my telephone number, man. The bro hit me up and wanted some juice. I was able to supply him all the juice, and then he asked for weed. I had weed. We had a shop. You've been to that shop before, but that wasn't the weed that I wanted to give bro. I wanted to give him something with a little clout on it. So my boy, I hit my boy down there, just questioning about LB, and LB just happened to be down here in LA at that same weekend. So we went down to one of these fucking hotels, and we all smoked outside, and I thought it was just gonna be, a little fucking ounce or something like that. I didn't know bro wanted like heavy weight, but
right.
They ended up becoming the closest of friends and shit. And
there it is.
That was that. Yep. Hell yeah. Shout out to LB and GT, man. I've seen both of you guys have been very successful in everything, man.
Where could we get your merchandise? Where could we find Snoopy at? How could we get in contact with you?
Man, right now, they can look at me on Instagram. I am _Snoopy, but with 2 S's _show. It's the number 4 at the end because I'm on my 4th page, man. They just keep kicking me off this goddamn IG.
Yeah, I'm tired of following new pages.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm tired of sending out requests to my niggas. I don't even want you to see me out there like that.
_Snoopy with 2 S's.
This is _show 4.
The Snoopy
Yeah.
Show food.
Or man, downtown 349 South Los Angeles Street, man. We got a store with in-hand merch for any of you guys.
Man, I appreciate it, Snoopy.
Yeah, appreciate
Like I
you.
said, this some family shit. This ain't
On my mama.
me just sitting next to and interviewing. It's like really some family shit. And like I said, every time I come down, you always open your doors to me. You always open your home to me, whatever the case may be. If I need you, you always a call away. You never, you never pull my leg and bullshit me about anything.
You a real one.
I appreciate
You
you.
a real one.
And let's keep this shit going, man.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah. Much success on the podcast, man. I've been watching the shows, man. My nigga, it finally needed to be a real one doing it, man. I watched some of these shows and it just be nerds doing it. And the concept be cool, but it's like I just can't fuck with the nigga behind that or whatever. So finally they got a real nigga doing it or whatever. So other real niggas, because we're tired of watching nerds.
Right.
We're tired of watching nerds.
Culture vultures is what I call them.
Oh my mama. Those are the ones that are really out in the culture and busy living it, and the ones from the outside that just want to take advantage and rape it. Those are the ones that got time to upload and do all of this shit. You've got the perfect combination. The reason I see it work how I say here, you're the real nigga, you're the talent, but then you got a team. So it works, and then they don't want to be you, and you don't want to be them, and it's a perfect setup.
Right. Then at the end of the day, they family. So
exactly,
it just works. It works. And if it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. They pushed me to do this.
Nigga, on my mama, when I seen the whole setup going down, I'm looking at you being the talent on your phone, and I was like, oh, this is why mines never went down. This nigga's got the right people. Mm-hmm. I know your team. And as far as their media, man, top-notch guys. When I seen it go down, I was like, oh, this is fucking perfect. You're going to shoot to the top like this. Definitely. Nobody's going to do it on their own. It has to be a fucking team.
Has to be.
Got to be a team.
Has to be. Jordan didn't win 6 rings by himself.
Hell no. People forget about all those other dudes, and all of them motherfuckers went to the Hall of Fame right with him.
Yeah.
All his homies, they're all wearing Chicago Hall of Fame golf jackets. All of them.
Definitely. So let's do this shit again, Snoopy. Appreciate you. Lil Blood TV over and out.
Oh, motherfucking wait.